Good morning, everyone. My name is Brijendra Singh, and I take part of the classes here for the paper on ethics. Small discussion we'll have over here today. Almost every year, if not every year, then at least every alternate year, there will be a question given in the mains in the ethics paper in section A, where they will ask you in one way or the other, they'll ask you to make a choice between law on the one hand and ethics on the other. Another year, they'll tell you that there's a person who's very honest, but this person is not efficient. Conversely, they can also say there's a person who's efficient but not honest, and then ask you which person will you choose? The one with honesty but not efficiency, but efficiency but no, and no honesty. Or they'll give you a simple statement in the form of a quote saying that knowledge without integrity is dangerous, integrity without knowledge is weak, and so on and so forth. There are many questions that have come. Now, in all these questions, what do you have to do? There are many ways in which you can answer, but always remember that when you add some, what should I call it, some visual appeal to your answer, it will highlight your answer and your argument in a more impactful manner. It will break the monotony of your writing. It will add some visual appeal to your answer and invariably end up making the answer fetch you more marks than you otherwise might have got. However, one very important requirement in ethics, especially these kind of questions, is that you must be able to substantiate your thoughts with examples. Now, to understand this, one small example, let me share over here with you. If I ask you to make a choice between economics on the one hand and environment on the other, let's say if I put it in the form of a small example or a small case, in some part of India somewhere, in some state, the state government wants to push for economic development of the state. At the same time as they push the economic development, better infrastructure development, more industries being set up, it will come at an environmental cost. So the question that we would want to ask you is, what would you choose, economics or environment, and how will you justify that choice? Now, to explain this, we put it in the form of a small diagram. On one axis is economics, on one axis is the environment. To understand this, let me start with these two sections. Let me call this 1 and let me call this 2. What is number 1? In number 1, economic criteria are high, which means that this decision is economically beneficial. Environmental criteria are also high, which means that this is sustainable, it is good for the environment. Such a decision is what we will call ideal. Opposite of number 1 is number 2. In number 2, economic criteria are low, which means this decision is economically not very feasible. It may be very expensive, or at least it is not profitable for you. Similarly, environmental criteria are low, which means the decision will damage your environment or at least is not sustainable in the long term. Such a decision is what we'll call unacceptable, and this decision we'll not take. It ruins the environment and it does not give us anything economically. Now, these two are simple. These two, every student can explain. The choices that you will have to make are number 1 over here and number 2 over here. This is your fundamental debate here. In number 1, the decision is economically good, economically profitable, but it is bad for the environment. And this is what we call unsustainable. Number 2, on the other hand, is a decision that is good for the environment, but is not good economically. What does that mean? That it will preserve your environment, it will not damage the environment, but economically, this may be very costly. Economically, this may not be profitable for you, may not generate jobs, your economic growth might have to be slowed down, and so on and so forth. Now, and this is what we call manageable. Till here, every student should be able to understand. In addition to this, what I said earlier also, for both these categories, if you want to get marks, first explain it in the form of this diagram. Second, now add some examples. If I say good economically but bad for the environment, what example can you give here? Here, number 1, give the example of deep sea mining. Very good economically, very profitable economically, but disastrous for the environment. Similarly, give a second example. Say over here, we are talking about stubble burning. When you burn stubble, you don't have to waste too much money, don't have to invest too much money, but it has a catastrophic impact on the environment. Number one, poor air quality, and number two, the impact that it has on the health of the people. Similarly, number three, over here talk about some simple examples, but relevant examples, single-use plastics. They are affordable, they are cheap, they can be, what should I say, they can be purchased by almost everyone, but they have a very bad impact upon the environment. Opposite of number one is number two, something that is good for the environment, but economically very costly, very expensive, or at least not profitable. And here what example will we give? Number one, drip irrigation. Very good for the environment, conserves a lot of water, but yes, will come at a very heavy cost, very high cost. Why is this manageable? Because economic losses are reversible, environmental damage after some time will be absolutely irreversible. Similarly, number two, what example can you give over here? Organic farming. And number three, what further example can you give over here? Eco-tourism. Not regular tourism, not conventional tourism, but eco-tourism. Both of them, they are very good for the environment, or at least they don't damage the environment too much, and yet economically they will be significantly more expensive. When you write an answer in this manner, one, there is visual appeal. Number two, you have absolute clarity, absolute clear understanding of what is the basic argument you want to make. And number three, always substantiate the points that you're making with examples. When you're writing examples, don't write fictional examples, don't write imaginary examples, give actual examples, realistic examples which are written briefly. In class, students, when I ask them to write an example, one example they write in 20-25 words. In 25 words, if you write one example, remember that some other student in the same 25 words can write 8 to 10 examples. Who will get more marks? Of course, the second one. Alright? So, in ethics, number one, conceptual clarity. Number two, diagrams wherever possible, wherever suitable. And number three, add examples to enrich the quality of your answer. Thank you.